Hello folks, just a little roundup rant. I was sort of cogitating a few things, as you do, and one of the things I was cogitating was, I thought, well, supposing, now I'm going to suppose I was totally qualified to do this, but if I came along to somebody and I said, oh, I want to poke something in you for the benefit of your health, and they said, no, and I said, right, I'm going to do it anyway. Now, I think the state would come along and go, you can't do that, mate. You're violating their human rights, aren't you? But if the state came along and said, oh, we want to poke this mandatory vaccine in you, that'd be different, wouldn't it? It's funny that, isn't it? I don't quite understand how this sort of kind of works, I suppose. Sort of like, it's okay if the state forces people to do stuff, that's alright, but if an ordinary person forces another ordinary person to do stuff, that ain't right. I mean, enough for example, isn't it? I mean, if a bloke decided he was going to put a certain part of his anatomy somewhere where he shouldn't, and the lady objected, yeah, then this, and he continued, then the state would turn around and go, you're a naughty boy. But then we had during Nazi Germany where they was encouraging all the ladies to sprog, weren't they? Because they wanted more sprogs, I suppose, to fight all the battles eventually. And I thought, well, supposing the state mandated that all the unattached females and males were, you know, they took their lists because they like their lists, and they matched them up, and you might say, well, hold on, they're talking about population reduction. Yeah, what I'm thinking of is if there was some pandemic flu that wiped out millions and millions of people, and they was going, oh crikey, we've overdone it a bit. Oh, sorry, that would just be a natural disaster. It wouldn't be there won't be any sort of laboratory bioengineered virus. No, that's just what them conspiracy theory people talk about. No, but yeah, no, of course not. No, it was just accidental, wasn't it? The old accidental theory. Oh, it was an accident, that's it. Or it's incompetence, or coincidence. Just like it's coincidence on 911 and 777, that just coincidence that on both occasions they was running sort of simulations, weren't they, of drills and stuff, weren't they? Yeah, just happened to, but well, these things, it just happens, isn't it? No, just happens. Just happens it's on a date that seem to be a bit kind of memorable, isn't it? Just happens. Well, it's just a coincidence, really. Yeah, I better not get I better not mention Infowars.com or Alex Jones. Cool, if I put that in the text there, because that's heretical. If you do that, you'll get the old whatchamacallums come round and they say, oh, you can't say that. Cool, dear, oh dear. No, I won't. I'll try not to mention Infowars.com again. I think I said it once. No, sorry, I said it once. I think I got away with it. Well, I actually said it twice, didn't I? But no, because of course old Alex Jones allegedly comes up with conspiracy theories, allegedly, because I mean, everyone knows that governments are incompetent, that lots of things happen because of coincidence. That you got the incompetence theory, the coincidence theory, the what other theories have you got? The accidental theory. There's all sorts of theories, but conspiracy theories. Oh, anyone who talks about them is a bit. Ooh, ain't they? They must be. I mean, cool, dear, oh dear. Cool. No. Yeah, I mean, all these people that wonder about Building 7 going down, well, it's obvious why it fell down, isn't it? Just did, didn't it? Just did. Because, of course, all them physicist type people, I mean, you got your Einsteins and all, and that Newton bloke. I mean, what did Sir Isaac Newton know about physics then? He got it all wrong, didn't he? Yeah. Was it every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and if it's all these forces and stuff like that? No, he obviously got it wrong. All this gravitational idea of the things that fall at a certain speed if there's nothing to get in their way. Like if you dropped a cannonball off the top of a high building and you dropped a feather off and they was falling through a vacuum, they'd fall at the same speed. If you dropped Building 7, it'd fall at the same speed and all. So obviously that was built in a vacuum. I mean, sorry, I know I'm laughing about it, but it's sort of I'm laughing at the joke of the people that expect us to believe the official stories and all this stuff. It's like we haven't heard of the Reichstag fire. Oh, I better not mention that one as well. That's probably a conspiracy theory now, isn't it? Probably the new history books. That's assuming they're still allowed in history. Oh dear, no. Only sort of heretics and those nasty patriots would mention history. Oh, fancy bringing that up. Fancy bringing history up. They'll be using the F word next. Using freedom, won't they? Oh dear, I said it. Oh dear, 1,000 apologies to my most masters. Oh yes, I must stop mentioning them, because I keep associating freedom with speech and oh dear, I didn't have permission to speak from my masters. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we're having a dodgy rant here. But I was thinking about them poor people. I think it's in New York where them officialdoms, them people, them bureaucratical type peoples, have decided they're going to charge the homeless people for their lodgings. I thought, well, I know there's probably a few homeless people that are not homeless due to the current circumstances, but I thought there's going to be an awful lot of people what has lost their houses, or their flats, or whatever, apartments, whatever you like to call them, homes, and they would have already paid loads and loads of money in property tax or whatever thing you have in America, and so they've already contributed to the system. They've paid the taxes and all sorts of loads of stuff. Now the system should, when they're in the deep doo-doo, the system should be there as a safety net to turn around and go, oh dear, the bankers foreclosed on you, even though the bankers were given trillions. Don't mention the bankers. Oh no, sorry, that's heresy, isn't it? Oh dear, I'm getting carried away here, and I'm having a funny afternoon, and a funny turn this afternoon, I tell you. Anyway, and apparently the money that was given to them bankers could have easily paid all the mortgages. At one stage it would have paid 90% of them. Now it could have paid all the mortgages. So if the government had turned around and said, well, sorry banksters, but you're the ones that have poo-pooed it, tough, and they'd said, all we're going to do is we're going to cover all them nice people what's got mortgages, and any people that's got savings in your banks, we'll give them the money direct. We ain't going to give you any money because you're incompetent. You can't run banks properly. You've been doing it for how many hundreds of years? And how many hundreds of years have we keep having ups and downs in the financial crises? And you still can't get it right, and you want more power, we give you more power, it still don't work. I mean, if the people in government was actually working for the people, that's what they'd say, innit? Anyway, cheers for now.